Today we're going to be hunting a new site. We're going to hunt at a site that has a house on it. Lately I haven't been to any sites that have any houses on it. We've just been focusing on farm fields. Right now the crops are off, so it makes access to those sites really easy. This place I just got permission for. The house is owned by somebody that's owned it since 1964, and nobody has ever been known to have metal detected it, which is great. Now, this is a farmhouse. A lot of farming goes on, not a lot of commerce out in the yard, things like that. So I don't know what we're gonna find. We could find, a lot of the normal stuff, buttons, maybe some coins, knickknacks and doodads. It's all great. Now, a few things with the mapping that's somewhat confusing. We have the 1853 atlas, and on the 1853 atlas it shows the house real close to the intersection of the roads, tucked in real tight. And then in the 1876 atlas, there's nothing shown at all. And then in 1908, a house shows up again. I have the name of Moyers in 1853, Ebert in 1908, and I can't find anything on either one of those families. So we have a house. Is it the house that's depicted on both of those 1853 and 1908 maps? I'm not sure. The house does have a cool sandstone foundation. It's been there for a really long time. It's wore down on the outside, so it's got a good duration of time that weather has worn it away. If you look at this intersection of the roads, you'll see over here, back by those pine trees, that's where the house is at that we just saw. I went out into this field, and it's closer to the intersection of the roads. Walked around for a little bit, and I really didn't find a whole lot, but I did find this. And it's really significant because there's only one place that window glass comes from. Flat blue window glass comes from a window. So if there was a window somewhere out there that got broke, then it must have came from a house. I'm hoping that maybe there's another house site out there. We won't know until maybe we do some metal detecting out there. So this is an overview of what we're going to metal detect today. So let's get metal detecting and see what we can find.
So here we are. We're going to metal detect the yard today with the V3i with the D2 coil. We're going to run in coin and jewelry today for a little bit of a change up. Now, it's about 45 degrees, but it's terribly, terribly windy out. And we'll just have to deal with that. But the good thing is it's not going to snow today, and there's no snow on the ground. And from what I can tell, the ground's not frozen. So that makes me very happy. All right, let's see what we can find.
So I'm going to go into programs, and I'm going to pick coin and jewelry. So now that we're in it, I'm going to make sure my D2 coil is selected, my battery's good. So let's go into expert menu. On discrimination, my visual reject is turned off, bottle cap reject is totally off, hot rack is off. Now I'm going to be rejecting from -95 to 0, but I want to show you a trick, and I don't know if you know this or not, and most people may already know it. But if you don't want to accept something, you don't want an X. It's not marked, so it's not going to show up. But if I want to take off a whole row, which is -31 to -95, select what you want it to be, which is off, and then hit enter, and then just start scrolling with the arrow and see how it's turning them all off. I'm going to let go and go up. See, those are selected. Now if I hit that, turn it off, hold down enter, and keep on going, it's deselecting everything in a quick way. Sensitivity, we're going to be starting at an RX gain of 11. Discrimination sensitivity 90, all metal 70. Search audio, discrimination audio only. 3 frequency, be running in lock track. Filter and speed, ground filter 7.5 band pass, and recovery delay 85. That's a little higher than what I usually run, so I'm going to sweep a little slower. Now you can see there's icons showing up up there. I'm not into icons, so this is how you get rid of them. Go into expert menu, configure, live search screen, search, spectrograph, icons, deselect icons, and that's it. See, no icons anymore. Other than that, it's ground balance, and let's get going. First target of the day is at 4.5 or 4.25. We're getting 59, 55, 41. Looks like we got a coin. Can't say it's an old one though, it feels awful crusty. Yeah, 1996. There's also a red piece of plastic down in that hole, so maybe the front yard's not all that great. We'll still look around just a little bit longer. Here's this one at 4.5 inches. Reading at 88, 87. Sounds really good. Let's try this one out. here's what we found. It is a quarter, but it's a 1979 quarter, so you can see right there. So I don't know, some modern stuff up here, but that's to be definitely found, as long as nobody's ever been here before, which good sign of it right here. Target right there, 3 3/4. Not reading the best, but we're gonna dig it. Right there. Well, here's our target. That is the base of a light bulb, and it's about 6 inches deep. So we definitely have a lot of backfill and trash that's been covered up by modern soil. I dropped it, but yeah, we'll keep moving. Target at 4.5 inches. Pretty good one. 77, 78, 74. Check the hole. This is what we have, painted yellow, and I'm not sure what it was for, so let's keep moving. Kind of cancels out right there. 82, 85, about 3 1/4. Well, we almost got there. It's a 1966 quarter. So VDI was accurate, and the readings were accurate, and the depth was accurate. So let's just keep on hunting until maybe we can get down to 64 at least. Now what I like about this next one is that giant thing right there. That's a big rotten stump from a gigantic tree. So it's a great place for people to hang out. Let's see what's over here. Got one at 7 inches, which is always a good sign. Well, 6 3/4. Coming in at 78. Those are a lot of good high readings. Nice and consistent. Looks like it's over here. And it's this. This is what we have so far. Being that deep, I'm gonna assume it's older, but I'm not sure yet. It is older. You can see that it's a wheat set at like 6 inches deep, and it is from 1942. So there we go. There's an older one. The house itself, the front tallest part, is the original house. And that's the back original corner. So that's an addition. So, you know, I can understand some new dirt out here, but, you know, the whole place isn't brand new. I found all the way back into the 60s, you know, maybe something 64, maybe 63, a penny or whatever, but I haven't found anything older than that. Sometimes it gets confusing a little bit. So I don't know. I have the MX Sport and it's set up for going out in this field with the big 13-inch coil on it, but I'm gonna hunt in the yard for just a little bit, see what it does, because supposedly these get you deeper. I don't know if it does, but we'll see. Gonna be running in coin and jewelry, sensitivity at 8. Got one there at 2.5 inches, not deep at all, but it's an 80, 81, pretty smooth, so let's check it. Well, this is the first one I've ever dug. It's $1, but it's a modern $1. It's a Sacagawea, at least that's how I pronounced it, dollar. So it's from 2000, but yeah, that's the first one of those I've ever dug. Funny story, when I was in college, it was like 2000, 2001 in time when I was in school. And I pumped my gas, and I went in to pay like $18 worth of gas with Sacagawea $1 coins, and they wouldn't take them. I had to wait there until one of my friends came to give me money to pay for it, because that's all I had was those $1 pieces. I thought they were cool, but the guy at the gas station didn't like them. So, whatever. I think they're US currency is what I told him. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. Everything's like 6, 7, 8 inches deep, and it's all modern clad. I don't know where all the old coins are, if they're deeper than that. I mean, my machines, I rarely get a really good hit that's down that deep unless I'm running all metal, and I never do that in the yard just because there's so many targets. You'd never make it through the yard in 5 years. So, let's go out in the old field, see what we can find. Maybe there was an older house here. Not sure. I don't know what's going on, but I gotta go get my shovel, so I'll be back in just a minute. All right, I got my shovel. Let's go. Due to the difficulties of the high water table out here, as well as the wind, I just went ahead and started digging some. This is the second signal of the day. I'm gonna get down in there and see what it is. It started out at 18 and now it's a 62. All that for a piece of aluminum. Here's what we have. If I get it on camera, I'm barely able to stand up. It's a piece of aluminum. Looks like a Pepsi can. I just found these laying here. One is a piece of a brick there, as you can tell, old brick. And then another piece of that window glass I showed in the beginning. I don't know, maybe there was a house out here. I just kind of took off and started digging a bunch of holes. I've been finding all kinds of glass and stuff I'll show at the end. I can't tell if it's modern or not, but some of it was pink and some of it was real thick. But I just got this. I don't know what this is yet, but it's different. I'm like maybe 5 feet from the road. I will be blocking the camera from the wind as well as holding it up because it won't stand up. But this looks interesting. This is over where the Moyers lived, and I think I have a two-piece button again. There's an eagle on there. It's absolutely amazing. I've been out here all day and I found a bunch of coins, took off out in this field. I knew for some reason there was another house closer to this thing. That eagle looks different than the last one. Let me mess with that just a little bit. But it was coming in like in the 30s and I wasn't sure because I've been digging tons and tons of pop cans. You'll see it at the end credits. Give me a minute. So here's the back of it. It says extra quality. It is a two-piece button. It still has the shank on it. And then here's the other side. If I can keep it clean, everything's covered with mud. It's a general service button. That's awesome. Absolutely made this day totally worth it, and all the time I got trying to figure out what's what out here. So yeah, there's obviously another house over here with all the brick and glass, and then this button laying right here about 5 to 6 feet off the edge of the pavement amongst about 5 million beer cans. I didn't think those map makers were that bad, right against the adjacent to this corner of these two roads. Amazing. Well, it's a brand new day. Let's keep looking. All right, I've been digging for about 30 minutes and I was getting an 82 up in the 80s, and when I popped it out of the ground, it's not acting like a beer can. My pocket's just full of them. But somewhere in there, there's bricks all down through this area. You can see here's one. There's something in here. All right, let's try this dirt ball. I think it's right here. It is somewhat frozen, as you can tell. My hands aren't cold though, so that's good. Nothing in that one. Oh, look at that. Okay. What is that? It's got a hole in it. My hands look like this though. Give me just a minute. I don't have nothing to wipe them on. It's got a big hole in it. Awesome. All right, this is what we have. It looks like it's made out of an Indian scent. It obviously, the Indian's been, I'm gonna say, it's totally beat out intentionally. Now on this side, it's got 1866. You can barely make out the 18, but going by the 66 that I can make out, I know that the coin's definitely an Indian. Now it's been holed, and I'm gonna flip it. And on the back, I'm in a place, you know, everybody knows where I'm at, especially if you're on Instagram. It says the town I'm in, which is very unique, Worcester, and then it says Ohio. So there's something been stamped on the back of it, TER, from what I can make out there. There may be an R down here above that part of the Worcester that you can make out. I don't know what this is because it's not a circulated coin, but it is local histories. To me, that's pretty awesome. Real faint signal at 6 inches, 24, 22, 37. Sounds like there's something in here. Let's see if I can find it with the pin pointer first. There's what we have. I can see it sticking out as soon as it broke. It doesn't appear to be a pop tab, but yeah, I found a billion of them today. Let's try not to bend this thing. Is it a shotgun shell? It says something. Oh, might as well look at it. It's a flat button. This is the back of it, the writing that I saw. It says Imperial London color, maybe. But the other side's just the regular old flat button. Pinpoint says somewhere right there. I'm pretty sure it's a pop can. There it is. Yep. This is another beer can. Wonderful. Right there at 4 inches. 24. Thinking shotgun shell. Huh, interesting. What is that? It's definitely a two-piece button.
but I don't find many of these. It might have something on it. It does somewhat have some gold gilt, maybe. Let me clean it. All right, we are lucky enough to have a button that still has a lot of the gold gilt on it. You can probably see it there. If the sun was out, you could probably see it even better. It's got a beautiful design on it. I'm not sure what that represents. I thought maybe a bird at first, but it's just really decorative. I don't know what style that is, if it's Victorian or what, but it's a two-piece button, obviously a female's, and very awesome. So that's just super cool to me. 4.5 inches, like 28, 32. It's right in here, somewhere in there. It's in this mud ball here. This is what we have. It is a button. Let me get some of the mud off of it and then we'll take a look at it. Just a tiny flat button. Here it is, a little cleaned off. You can see the shanks on it nicely there, and it's really small. It's like 1/3 scale of normally what I find. So it doesn't have anything on this side, but still very cool. I have to hold off on metal detecting for just a minute, because if you can see those gentlemen in the orange, they're about to set off a bunch of dynamite in that field over there. Luckily my field doesn't have any dynamite in it. These guys are crawling everywhere. If you look way out in that field over there, you might see a speck of orange as well. There's 2 guys over there doing it too. It just went off, but you probably can't hear it because it's way down in the ground. Let's go after this last one of the day here. Right there, 6.5 inches, pretty deep. Kind of all over. Don't know what that one is. Hopefully it's not an aluminum can. So here is what we have. It's right here on my pinky, actually, of all places. I don't know what it is yet. It's that so far. So, might look like a sunflower. Let me clean it off. Yeah, let me clean it off with this toothbrush. Might have to clean my toothbrush first. We'll just end our hunt here today with the world's cutest little sunflower button. So at least that's what I'm gonna call it. There's the back of it, shank still on it. Probably could be bent straight and used again, but we're gonna leave it there so it doesn't break off. It's pretty ornate, cute little button. So that's today's hunt. There's a couple things that paid off in this hunt here. Persistence, as well as paying attention to clues that were on the map. Otherwise, I would have just focused on this house and never even went over there by that intersection. But I knew there was something odd with the 2 different maps. So I paid attention to it, investigated it, found some pretty awesome stuff. This won't be our only time out here. We'll come back to this intersection and hunt it later. But we got a few places to get to, and my phone's blowing around the wind. It might fall down. Yeah, kinda. Here, I'll just lean. But it's been a rough day with the wind and the mud, like always. So we're gonna call it done. I'm gonna go home and eat, and until next time, thank you very much for watching, and take care.